questions using the chat. We will answer any questions at the end of the session. If we're not able to answer your questions, we will take note of everything and get back to you as soon as possible. And the information shared in this session does not supersede the terms and conditions of the call, which are available on the EIT's website. Just to make it clear, I am not speaking as a representative of the EIT. I am speaking as a representative of Scienza Malta and as the contact point for the Maltese cohort for this EIT Jumpstarter of 2026. So a bit of an overview on the success of the Jumpstarter based on data attained from 2017 to 2025. As you can see, there is more than 1,500 new talents trained, more than 150 new startups created, more than 2,600 of new jobs created, around 150 million euros in money attracted by startups. And a key point that is accentuated by the EIT: for every €1 that is inputted into the program, there is around €30 that is invested or raised by the startups created, which is a very good point here. So a bit about the EIT Jumpstarter program. So the program is for you if you want to validate your research idea, develop your first business model, expand your professional network, establish your startup. If you have an idea in the following sectors: food, healthcare, energy, manufacturing, raw materials, urban mobility, and other thematic areas. For the Maltese cohort, you may apply under any of the areas, even areas which are not listed here. And you must be from EIT Regional Innovation Scheme eligible countries. For this specific information session, I will be speaking about the Maltese category, so you must be from Malta, of course, and hold a Maltese citizenship according to the EIT's terms and conditions. When we talk about IDEA, for those that are more familiar with Scienza Malta's programs, when you think of IDEA, maybe you might be thinking early TRL, or you might not be sure under which TRL it might fall. We are thinking around TRL 5+, but we encourage you to reach out to us if you have any idea in mind which might fit under the Jumpstarter, so we will guide you accordingly, because you might think that it fits under early TRLs and it wouldn't fit the Jumpstarter. That is not the issue. Jumpstarter can span over many areas and ideas, so please do reach out to us for this. Who would be eligible for the Jumpstarter call? Eligible applicants are natural persons only, so individuals or teams of individuals, or entities that have been established as of 1st of January 2026, not earlier. And it must be with the idea that you would be applying for it. So if you have an idea in mind and you're submitting an application for that idea, the entity must be surrounding that idea, or the idea was created with that entity's establishment. So you can be researchers or research groups, masters or PhD students, professionals, idea holders, or idea owners that have an idea or solution that is targeting the Jumpstarter categories and would like to start a company. It is one of the mandatory deliverables of the EIT Jumpstarter call that by the end you establish a company, and by September you would have had to deliver a letter of intent that you intend to establish a company with the MBR. Application may be submitted by an individual or a team of individuals. And as I said, eligible are only those applications who before 1st January 2026 did not have registered startup based on the submitted idea. So it would be eligible as of 1st January 2026. So as I mentioned, you can apply if one of the team members holds citizenship from one of the following countries. I will be speaking specifically on the Maltese cohort. And as you can see here, these are the areas that I mentioned earlier. You have food and agri-tech, healthcare, advanced and green manufacturing, energy and renewables, smart cities and urban mobility, metals, minerals, advanced materials, and industrial side streams, and additional cohort for participants from Malta. And you can submit under any thematic area as long as you are specific. So if there is a thematic area that is not mentioned here, such as digital, you may submit an application as long as you're specific about the area you're submitting under. There's also additional focus on special prizes, which will be explained during the general webinar provided by the EIT. So how does the EIT Jumpstarter work? This is the general timeline. The timeline for the Maltese cohort would be the same exactly, but you can see there are specific number of teams that can make it through. So the number of applicants that can go through is, of course, less than the whole. There are up to 12 teams that can be accepted from the Maltese cohort to go through the Jumpstarter. The Maltese cohort would be competing against other Maltese applicants within that category, not against the whole of the applicants under the EIT Jumpstarter call for 2026. It is currently open until 8th of May, 23:59 p.m., during which you can contact the contact person for the Maltese cohort, which is myself, and I can guide you with an application review and submission and the whole procedure on an administrative level, of course, not on a technical level. So as you can see, after the application period, there are up to 12 teams which can be accepted. The applications submitted during the application period are evaluated by a team of experts. You can find the weighting within the terms and conditions on the website of the EIT Jumpstarter. So the best 12 will go through to the online bootcamp, which will be held between May and June of 26, where you will be given and provided with qualitative and quantitative skills to develop a business case for entrepreneurial idea. So it will focus on pitch deck development, identification of next steps, and you have 6 weeks to carry all this out, this training, and it is supported by 3 online workshops that are focused on learning from your peers, from mentors, experts, and networking. After the training is completed, you need to submit a pitch video based on the training that you are given, and only by submitting the pitch video, you will be allowed to go into the online pitch day, which is held between June and July. The online pitch day is once again evaluated. So you will be given a link to join the online pitch day. There will be a jury panel. You will be asked questions based on the pitch video that you have submitted. And based on your answers, you are once again evaluated. And the best 12 will go on to the next phase, which is the Startup Builder training, which will be held between July and September. This involves in-person training workshops supported by a €1,000 grant for travel. It builds on the online bootcamps. It tests and validates the assumptions made during the bootcamp phase, the online bootcamp phase. It expands your knowledge and skills within the area based on the thematic that you have applied under. And you learn how to set up a startup based on what you have learned from the online bootcamps, your thematic area, the experts which you will be meeting from the specific kicks, and the peer-to-peer knowledge exchange. So the Startup Builder training involves 16 hours of in-person training, which is essentially 2 days, 12 hours of online live webinars, and 6 hours of cohort-specific training. And then you will be given home assignments to prepare a business plan with the aid of the mentors coming from the specific kicks according to the thematic which you applied under. Once again, this business plan is evaluated and up to 6 teams or individuals will make it to the online grand demo day, the online grand final pitch day. This is an online event where you pitch and compete for prizes, as you can see here, and 3 people from the Maltese cohort will be chosen as the top 3, and you can receive a prize of €10,000 for first, €5,000 for second, and €3,000 for third. So what can you gain? Just a summary of what I have just explained: a comprehensive entrepreneurial training, 15 hours of online bootcamp on business modeling and pitching, and 40 hours of in-person local joint training to test and validate the main assumptions that you have made during the online bootcamp. Mentorship and feedback, as I explained, the EIT Jumpstarter is built with a collaboration from multiple kicks that have mentors and expertise that can guide you according to the business case that you have in hand, the idea, and the thematic that you have submitted an application under. You join the EIT Jumpstarter community and connect with investors, which will be present for the Grand Pitch Day. You gain pan-regional visibility and networking opportunities because you will be meeting peers that have submitted applications within the main EIT Jumpstarter call Financial support, you have the grants provided for travel, for the final day where you receive your prizes, and for the startup builder training. And there's also the prizes of €10,000, €5,000, and €3,000 for first, second, and third, respectively. These are some inspirational stories of successful Jumpstarter startups. You have Rumitech from Turkey, developing smart energy solutions that efficiently store renewable energy from the sun and wind. Recatalyst from Slovenia. Recatalyst provides customizable platinum alloy catalyst solutions to optimize precious metal usage. iLove from Portugal, digital health company pioneering an AI platform to accelerate personalized drug discovery and development. And Likely Technologies, a deep tech company revolutionizing drug detection with a portable device and AI-powered global database to trace and combat counterfeit medicines. And these are some of the unicorns. If you join the webinar that the EIT will be hosting, they will be providing even more information on these unicorns and specific cases. How can you increase your chances of getting into the program? Read the terms and conditions, which are available on the EIT's website pertaining to the Jumpstarter. Have at least one team member from the listed eligible countries, in the case of the Maltese cohort, as I explained, and choose a category for your idea. Even if you're submitting under a category that was not visible within the list of categories, be specific about what you are submitting under. If it's digital, if it's climate, be specific. What do you need to think about? You need to be innovative, so highlight what makes your idea unique, why you should be accepted for the Jumpstarter, what is your business case, what you would like to work on, explain how it differs from solutions existing currently on the market, what makes your idea different, define the specific problem your idea can solve. So you have a solution, but what is the problem? What are you answering? Show deep understanding of the customer's needs within the market, identification of the stakeholders. Identify your target customers and show why your solution fits their needs better. So you need to have a well-rounded answer for this. Address risks and obstacles in launching the idea. Show how you'll handle competitors or alternative solutions. Highlight your team's expertise and diversity, and show why your team is the right one to solve this issue. These are key important questions to answer for the application to be comprehensive and well-rounded. If you have any problem with answering these kind of questions, please feel free to reach out to us and we will guide you accordingly. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to Adam, who is currently the program lead of the Jumpstarter, or to myself. I'm the contact point for the Maltese cohort. There's my email on the screen. I will stop sharing the presentation so I can show you the link and the website to the Jumpstarter as it currently is. So this is the EIT Jumpstarter page for the call. If you write EIT Food or EIT Jumpstarter 2026, it will come up very easily, and you can access the terms and conditions right here at the bottom. And the terms and conditions look something like this, very easy to read, but again, if you need guidance, please feel free to reach out. One more thing, there is a webinar being held, as I explained, by the EIT themselves. It will be held online on the 14th of April from 12 to 13:15, and I will be sharing the link in the chat, but I will also be sending up a follow-up email for anyone who wishes to join. So I have shared the registration for that webinar in the chat. I see there are some questions. So yes, for the prizes, as I said, the Maltese applicants will be competing against other Maltese applicants. So the prizes being given to the Maltese cohort will just be for the Maltese cohort. Then there are other prizes for the whole of the EIT, but the Maltese cohort will be judged against the Maltese cohort itself. So we have prizes specific for Maltese applicants. Are there any other questions? You can raise your hand, unmute, or just submit your question in the chat. Yes, Masood?
Oh, hello. Thanks for the
Hello.
information, first of all. I just want to ask you regarding these thematics. So if we choose a topic, let's say one topic, can we expand it to, let's say, two, three, or four if we cover different areas at the same time?
Yes, it's important to choose one main area. So if your idea is heavily reliant on digital or health, you can identify that and then you can identify subcategories. So it's important to highlight the main thematic area, but then you can mention other areas as well.
Okay, and another question. So mostly, I'm just wondering how many hardware startups usually apply for, and are they mostly digital ones or software ones? Are there any statistics regarding this
So this
notion?
is the first time that we opened the Maltese category for the EIT Jumpstarter. So as far as that goes, we do not have any data pertaining to how many applicants from Malta apply under the Jumpstarter within the specific category, because it's the first time we're opening a specific
Mm.
category for the Maltese cohort. But I can assure you that there are, for the whole of Jumpstarter, so there are multiple startups and prospective startups that apply under the IT within various areas. In fact, they accept up to 162, and that's only what they accept to go through the Jumpstarter. They receive much more than that. But the good thing is that the Maltese cohort will just be competing against other Maltese applicants.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I don't think there are any other questions. Someone's typing in the chat. So IP protection of the idea, of course, within the Jumpstarter, you will be working mainly on entrepreneurial skills concerning your business case. You do not need to, as such, it's not as technical as it would be, for example, applying under one of our fusion programs. The EIT and anyone involved are bound by a confidentiality clause. You can even check the terms and conditions. It is highlighted. If you're coming from university, kindly speak to KTO with regards to the IP of your idea, of course. But there's a confidentiality clause, and everything, your data is stored in a very safe manner. You're welcome, Matthew. Any other questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, I'll be stopping the recording here. Following this information session, I will be forwarding information with regards to the webinar, just in case, also the recording and any other pertinent information to Jumpstarter. Please feel free to reach out via email or phone call. We can also hold one-to-one sessions. Those that have opted for the yes option for one-to-one sessions, I will be following up in the coming days so that we may set up a meeting. If you're not sure if your idea fits under Jumpstarter or if you can apply or if your entity can apply, please do not hesitate to reach out. It's better to ask questions and be informed. We don't mind any questions coming up to us. So thank you for joining and have a nice day.
Thank you.